What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today I have a really special one. So I've been looking to get someone who's into botany on the channel for a long time, and fortunately my friend Drov hit me up and he is a hobby botanist. So he knows quite a lot about species, especially when it comes to Geoguessr, because he's also a bit of a Geoguessr himself. And so basically he's created some challenge maps for me where I'm going to be guessing based on the species, and then he's going to tell us all about the species and where it can be found. Then stick around to the end of the video because we're going to be playing some Skewed world together and checking out if his botanical knowledge can help us out with getting the country. Anyway guys, give the video a like if you are enjoying the channel, and let's get straight into the video. Okay, first species here. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Okay. I have no idea what this tree is called. I have no idea, like, exactly where in the world it can be found, but I do recognize it as being a certain area of, like, Mexico, where you definitely find it. Now, could this be elsewhere as well? I'm gonna not actually look at the car or anything. I'm just gonna go based on the species here and the landscape, and I would say it fits well enough for Mexico. Now, Ziggy was the one who told me about this, and he said normally guess San Luis Potosi. I've definitely seen it as north as here, so this is cool. The first one's actually one I recognize. I guess I'll guess between the two. I'll guess here, and let's see if I'm right about that. I hope I am. Let's see. And ooh, it was actually in California there. Okay. So, Drov, what can you tell me about that one?
Alright, so you were kind of right about this species, but it's like a big species, right? So it has a bunch of subspecies.
Right.
And this was like the specific Joshua tree you can find in around the areas of Joshua Tree National Park. Like,
okay.
it has a larger range than that.
Here's the map. Okay. All around LA
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, just east of LA and that, like, you know, that Death Valley region.
Okay, so what are the main differences between that one we just saw and the one that I was thinking of in Mexico?
Okay, I don't want to say anything right now because, you know, it's kind of a spoiler to another round.
Oh, okay. Well, I can hold my horses then. I can hold my horses. Okay, next one. Oh, wow. That's happened rather quickly, hasn't it? So this time it's the Mexican one, I hope. And this landscape might feel a bit better because it's a bit greener than around LA, which is very dry. But yeah, these ones. So I already forgot what they're called. The last one was just named after the national park, the Joshua trees. This time, I'm thinking it's somewhere around here. And so we'll find out what they're called. Also, the cacti here definitely makes sense. So, yeah, I will go for that similar area. Where did I guess last time? I'm going to guess right in the same spot, right here. And, okay, it was right near there. Okay, that's a nice little one. Drov, what can we say about this one?
Yeah, no, that's the great one. So yeah, this is the species you were talking about. So this is found from, like, you know, north of Monterey all the way down to, like, you know, kind of northern San Luis Obispo, like that, like, mountainous region.
Right, so
Yeah.
this is where I'm highlighting.
And it looks
right here.
very similar to the other Joshua tree from California, but yeah. If
Tell
you're
if
in
you're
Mexico
US.
and you see this is around there.
Exactly right. Okay, nice. So, okay, into the next round here. Now, we have a lot of these tall cacti. I actually don't know if this is US or Mexico, but when I see this amount of cactus, like, I would have thought somewhere in, like, Baja, California or something like that, or maybe into California. That's my thought so far. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but we do see Mexican bollards here, so yeah, I feel good about that. I wonder, like, what the actual, if it's, like, the whole of the peninsula here, or just a certain part. But if it's, like, this dry, I might have considered going a bit further south. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. But, yeah, I'm just going to go for that, and we'll find out from Drov here what it actually is. Okay, a bit further up, but, yeah, right area of the world. So, Drov, what is the deal with those specific cacti?
Alright. So those are Cardon cacti, so they grow pretty tall, like, you know, I'm talking like more than 12 feet, like even larger. And so this is the range map. So it goes, like, you know, pretty much all the way in, like, all the Baja and parts of, like, western, pretty much like pre-western parts of Sonora.
Okay, yeah.
So if you see those cacti, you're just in this spot. And if you wanna, there is a difference in this one and a very similar looking cacti called the Saguaro, which you probably have heard of. And the Saguaro only has like 2 or 3 branches, but the Cardon could have like more than 10 branches. At, like, you know, when they're adult.
Wait, I actually want to go back into the round then and check out how many branches some of these ones had.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually notice that, but yeah, we can definitely see, like, this one has like 5. This one,
And they're like a little
3.
bit slimmer, and
Right.
they look. I don't want like classify, but they look a bit more uglier, like on the uglier side than the other cacti I'm talking about.
Right.
That looks way more aesthetic.
You mean these ones, or which ones are the ugly ones in your opinion? These ones or the other ones?
No, like all of them. Like they're the same
Okay.
cacti. They're all
Right.
they're all Cardons.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting, interesting. Well, that is a good one. I'll try and remember the branches. This map that we had here was, pretty useful. And so it shouldn't really stretch too far into the US, is what you're saying as well.
No, you can't find them in the US. They're, like, illegally, like, people buy them in the US because these are cheaper to, like, cheaper to maintain than the saguaros.
Oh, okay. So similar looking species over the border. I gotcha. Ooh, okay. This is immediately a different looking landscape. I'm not even sure what country I'm looking at. Probably Argentina, right? But I don't think I could have got that based on the cacti alone. So these ones are much shorter. They're fatter. They do have like a significant amount of branches sometimes, but they're like, I don't know. Like, yeah, definitely shorter and fatter. So yeah, landscape-wise, I do think Northern Arge, but curious to see where these ones stretch from. I guess my instinct would be to go like somewhere near Salta or something like that here, but yeah, not really sure. We'll find out. Okay, it was quite a bit further south there, so I'm interested to see where this one grows from. What could you say about this one?
So these are the Argentine variety of the saguaro cacti, and their range. This is their range, and they're like they're pretty much the same in terms of like how they look. They're the same as the North American saguaro, as they're shorter than the one you saw in Mexico. They're like pretty shorter, and they're like a bit more like fatter and aesthetic looking, and they don't usually have like a shit ton of branches, like 3, 4, 5-ish.
Right. They can't go crazy like the ones in Mexico. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And technically could stretch into Bolivia, but there's not really too much coverage.
Yeah, but you can't really find them because these are like individual sightings. So like 2 people have seen them in Bolivia, but these are pretty much the range. Yeah, that's like the range you're looking for. If you see one of those, you want to guess in that range.
Right, gotcha. Okay, that's actually useful because there are drier areas down near Santiago, but you wouldn't see it there. So that's actually pretty useful. Okay, let's head through to the next round here. We got 3 in a row so far. Apart from the first one, which we missed, and we have more cacti here. So this has been the cacti special seed here. Now, this one I'm less sure about. I feel like this is somewhere else in Mexico, but they're different. They're a different type. Or it could be USA. I won't look at the road. I'll just go based on the landscape here. Yeah, definitely like less crazy looking. So maybe this is more like the US side of the border ones, I reckon. Yeah. But yeah, could also be Mexico as well. I would guess like Arizona or New Mexico here. Might try New Mexico. Let's go for that. And where will it be? Okay, it was actually Arizona. Not too bad. Okay, so where does this one stretch and what's different about it?
All right, so this is the one I was like, talking about in the last 2 rounds. The Saguaro, I guess the most famous cacti and like the cacti that's like depicted in like any like, emojis and stuff. So these are, this is what you think of when you see a cacti. So it only ranges in like very southern Arizona. And most of like the state of Sonora and pretty much the Sonora Desert, which stretches from southern Arizona to like the entire state of Sonora. So
what's the name of the cactus again?
Saguaro.
Saguaro. Okay, so that's really useful then, Arizona. And so what kind of cacti might you see in New Mexico, or are they kind of rare there?
You can see like, the bottle gourd ones, like the tinier ones, but nothing crazy, like no crazy cacti.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually nothing really useful then.
Yeah.
Okay. And then is it kind of the same deal for Mexico, where you won't really see crazy ones outside of Baja, California, and Sonora?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's really
like
useful.
One species that I know down like near Mexico City, but it's not crazy. It's not like giant like these. They're not this big.
Yeah, you do often see cacti there, but they're normally like maybe a few feet tall at most. So
yeah.
Okay, that is good. So that is the end of the first challenge map. Let's head through to the second one. Okay, first round here. This is interesting. I could say I really know what I'm looking at here. Maybe some South America or something like that. Ooh. This kind of palm with like the shaggy branches almost reminds me of like Paraguay or something like that. Often you get like Paraguay when you have like such shaggy leaves. I could be in the wrong continent, but the kind of fence here does remind me of like South America. So I guess my thought here is that this could be like Mato Grosso do Sul, Goiás, Paraguay, northern Argentina. So I guess, like, obviously, we're not going to be in Paraguay with official coverage, so I guess I might go, like, southern Mato Grosso or something. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the round. We're not there. We have bollards here, so this is actually Uruguay. Okay, I'm interested to find out about this one, but obviously, our guess is going to be wrong here. Yeah, all the way down there near the coast or near the river border there. So what can you say about these ones?
Yeah, so these are the you saw these like different variety of these palm trees, which are, you can have a look at this distribution map first. These are like pretty much the only like larger, what do you call, like larger palm tree varieties in like northern Argentina, Uruguay area. And they stretch from this El Riverios province in, the borders with Uruguay, mostly in that province, and very slightly into Uruguay, as you saw the round was in Uruguay.
Right. Okay, that's really interesting. I think that's, Uruguay is very hard to region guess, so like keeping that in mind could be pretty useful.
If you see them, this could be really good. And so in Argentina, they're like mostly found in this province you see west of Uruguay, the tiny province, and in Santa Fe, the province of Santa Fe, northern Santa Fe. So that's like the tiniest region in Argentina you can find them in, and parts of Uruguay, like very western Uruguay.
Gotcha. That's really nice, actually. I really like plant-based methods in Geoguessr. It's if you feel like a bit of a botanist, you feel like you're actually knowing some real world stuff. I like that though. Okay, and very interesting landscape here as well. I was right about the fence being South American, but yeah. Okay, let's head through to the next one. And what are we looking at here? Okay, this one's Australia, but let's take a look. I think we're looking maybe at these trees here. Now, initially, I mean, I know, like, these kind of remind me a bit of Boab trees just because they're pretty wide-trunked. But I don't think they're actually Boab trees. I think Boab trees would be even wider. Regardless, like, Boab trees are mostly, like, around, like, this kind of area here. And I think we're actually in Northern Territory here based on the landscape. So I would say this is some kind of similar, maybe related tree, more towards Catherine or something like that would be my opinion here. Or even more towards Darwin. I have no idea what it is, but I think this is the one we're meant to be looking at. So I'll just guess here, and we'll see. Pine Creek, maybe. Okay, it was actually in Kununurra there. So what is that one? What's the deal with that one?
You were correct about it being the Boab tree. It is the Australian Boab, and so they're found mostly in like the area you exactly you showed you showed the stream and parts of like western, I guess. But they're like more common in the area you showed.
Right,
so yeah, you knew them. You knew them.
Yeah, that's good. So they're actually a little bit like maybe thinner than African Boab
so
trees.
it just they're like thinner and way shorter. And the thing you were talking about, like it depends on the specimen, like the exact tree. So it could be pretty like skinny, but it could be pretty like large as well.
This might be off base, but I remember seeing some pretty large ones maybe in the drier parts.
Yeah, there is one like a really massive one. Yeah, into that area. I forgot the town name, but there is like a really big one. I think Derby maybe.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. That's probably about where I've seen it. So yeah, it's Derby. So
yeah, there.
And there is some coverage that goes out to Derby, so you may be able to see it. Anyway, let's head through to the next round here, which is going to be where? Let's find out very quickly. Okay. Looking at the round here, probably Australia or New Zealand or something. This time we have very bulbous tree, but this time, I mean, it could be another Boab, but just trying to think where it would actually grow in Australia. It's kind of a bit strange. Maybe like Perth or something. I don't know. But I don't recognize this tree other than the fact that it kind of looks similar to the last round. I guess I will go for Perth or something, but I'm not really sure where this one would be. Or is it actually? Okay, Brisbane there. So what's actually the deal with that one? That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so that's if you can pull up the imagery again. So these are the Queensland bottle tree. I have the distribution map there. So they're not the most common tree you can find, but you can definitely see them, more often than not. And yeah, that's the one you're supposed to look at, the first one that's in front of you. So those two are like, I think, similar, but the leaves don't match. But this is the tree that you're looking for. It has this like bottle looking shape. I mean, all the trees have this like very bottle-y looking shape, and they're mostly like in around Brisbane area. And parts of, on the map you can see like parts of like rural Queensland a little bit.
So it's like a pretty good Queensland method there, like 90% of the time at least you're seeing it in Queensland. So that's pretty useful.
The only region they're found in, basically.
Gotcha.
Natively.
Okay, really interesting tree. I don't think I'd ever observed it before, to be honest, but as you said, it's a little bit rarer.
Yeah, it's a really cool looking, like, it pretty much looks like a giant bottle, like if you,
yeah. I like it. Okay, so we got the right country there, but missed it quite a way by. This is interesting. So similar looking palms to last time. I can't help but look around at the rest of the round a little bit. These are really tall. And it almost looks like we got round poles here. This is interesting. I don't know, like if I'm just going alone on the palms, they do remind me of the same ones that I was talking about, the Paraguay palms, but like they're extremely tall. I don't remember seeing them this tall, so I'm really not sure where to guess. I mean, like I feel like the whole round kind of feels a bit like Brazilian or something, but I don't know, like if it is there, I'm not really sure where. So I mean, you get like really tall palms like northeast, so I guess I could guess there, but That's pretty much all I have here. So I guess I can just guess there, but yeah, really not sure where this would be. Okay, this is actually in Colombia. Interesting. So that's a really interesting tree. Where's this one found?
Yeah, so you can have a look at the distribution map. This is like not the best because there is like not a lot of research done on this tree. This is the Andean wax tree, and it's mostly, from what we know, found in between the mountains, like the Andes, in between like Cali and Bogota. Like as you can see, like in that triangle in between Medellin, Bogota, and Cali.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, they're mostly found in like wild, but as you saw on that particular photosphere, it was like planted in front of somebody's house.
Right.
But yeah, they're like very, very like extremely tall. That's the only way you can kind of recognize them. Their branches are like kind of triangular. Yeah, their leaves are like more shorter and in that kind of direction. They're not very casual, like normal palm-like, and
yeah, it's
they're
kind
like
of shaggy.
massive. Kind of shaggy, and yeah.
This is like more of like a normal one. This is more of like
So like I guess the opposite pretty much. Like in the normal, it's like V shape and it's like upside down kind of.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, and that's really interesting.
The thing you were talking about in Ecuador, you can definitely find them in like very like northern parts of Ecuador too.
Okay. So it can also be an equa thing. Okay, interesting. So that's a really interesting little tree there, and big tree really. And I hope I can use that one day. That one I don't really recognize ever seeing, but yeah, it's a cool plant. Okay, so next one here. This almost like feels like Turkey or something like that with the buildings in the back, but these trees specifically, I feel like I've even seen such like vegetation in like Jordan and Israel as well. Maybe like I feel like Jerash area. I've had rounds where I got really confused because I saw this kind of like small. I don't know what these small like conifers are or whatever. I guess I will just like get like kind of go for like South Turkey for that reason. Maybe like Antalya area or something like that. So let's test it out here. And okay, not too bad. Near Izmir there. So what's the deal with that tree?
Okay, so that's the Mediterranean juniper, and it grows like in eastern like Mediterranean. And I included this one specifically because of Turkey. Because if you look at the distribution map, it's only in Turkey. It's only found in the very, very far western coast. So like near the like where the Aegean meets the west coast of Turkey.
Right.
And yeah, if you see this, and you were like right about you've seen them in Amman and that area, because there is another species which looks pretty much the same, but it's called the Amman juniper pine, I think, and it's found in around the Mediterranean, like around the Levant, like what do you call it, Lebanon and northern Jordan area. But
gotcha.
If you're in Turkey and if you see these juniper palms, juniper pines, you're definitely in the westernmost part of like Turkey.
Okay, that's an interesting little one there, and as we can see, pretty common in Greece as well, no? So can that be found in the rest of Greece as well? Or
yeah.
Okay,
pretty much everywhere in Greece.
Right, gotcha.
Everywhere, but just closer to the.
And how about like Italy, for example? Would you see it there?
Yeah, in southern Italy too, like parts of southern Italy, but that's why I included this only for Turkey, because in other countries you can find them in like a very larger area, which won't help in pinpointing where in the country you are. So it only helps you if you're in Turkey and if you see them.
Right, very nice. So guys, now we're going to do like a few rounds of Skewed World just to see if we can like find any botanical information just that Drav knows. It'll be fun, otherwise we'll just like play some. And this is a not very skewed round here, but I guess we'll just go in Japan, pretty easy one there. I guess we'll just skip everything like that's pretty easy. Okay, this is more like it.
Right.
So do you recognize anything
you know
here?
more like country clues way better than me, right?
Yeah. So maybe we can work together.
If I only looked at the trees, I'd say like somewhere in the deserts of Spain. That'd be my like kind of.
No, I don't mind it. Like I do think like often like you would see like an orange reflector if we're talking more Geoguessr clues here. So it could still be Spain though. Sun is to the south, so we should be good for
Sun is to the
Europe.
south, right? Yeah.
What about Portugal? Would that be possible here?
Portugal. Yeah, I mean, I could see it because they're like very close by, and
We'll just try Portugal here and see if it works, shall we? And okay, man, was Greek, was Spanish. Unfortunate. So I guess it was just like the break of day, so we couldn't really see.
all right. No, that's all right.
Ooh, this is cool. Maybe you have something to say here.
Not really. Okay, so these I guess in the distance I see some like green spruces and birches, which are very common in Northern Europe, so it won't really help pinpointing. But I guess when these trees, not trees, but these like shrubs, dried out shrubs, are they like not the ones you find very commonly in like Baltic region?
My initial thought here, just looking at the wooden poles and combining that with the landscape, was like this might be like Alaska or like very far north Canada or something like that. Probably Alaska, in my opinion, just because of like this red dried up stuff.
Yeah, so I could definitely, I don't know like about the poles, but yeah, I can definitely see that because the tree distribution in the northern boreal forest is pretty much the same. So
Right.
I guess Alaska would make sense. But if it's Alaska, what would you say? Like where in Alaska this is? Like near
it's quite
the
flat.
Anchorage area?
It's quite flat.
It's very flat.
Yeah, I think Fairbanks area maybe, or something like that, where it gets a little flatter would probably make the most sense here. Would that make sense with this many trees? I guess it could still.
No, there are a lot of trees up there too. So
I might try it. But yeah, I guess
let's
like
try
this stuff
that.
up here is still possible for me.
Yeah, but let's just try it now.
Quebec, actually.
Quebec, whoa.
Missed the country,
Because
unfortunately.
this thing is very like in Canada. So if you zoom out a little bit, so you see where the like Montreal, Ottawa area, where if you draw a line from there and then go west, just and the whole northern parts of Ontario, like the north of Winnipeg. The north of Winnipeg. So you see this green line, pretty much.
Oh yeah. That's like the tree line,
that
isn't
area.
it?
Yeah. So that's the Canadian Shield. So like if you go anywhere north of that, that looks pretty much the same in the whole region.
Right.
Because it's just like a a Precambrian rock, and it's you won't find any like distinctive. If you see that in Alberta and even Quebec would look the same pretty much. Even in British Columbia and then Quebec it look the same. So it doesn't have like any geographical like differences. I mean, not many at least.
Right. Yeah, got you. And so yeah, this stuff's, you can expect it to look fairly similar to this stuff. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting one. That's good knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Brazil here, based on the plates. We do see kind of like another one of these shaggy palms, but I feel like this landscape probably fits better for... Oh, look at this one. Is this bamboo or something, actually?
That is bamboo, and bamboo is not native to South America, so I think it's just planted bamboo. Yeah, it looks like the one that I have in my backyard, which is like the Indian timber bamboo.
Interesting. Okay, well, we'll try... Like, I often see bamboo planted near Rio and Sao Paulo, so I'll try that, maybe. Okay, it was nearby there, nice.
Ooh, yeah, that's great. That's a great score.
Okay, next one here. Rice fields of some kind, I think, right?
Yeah.
And we have very interesting palms here. They're like very wide. Do you know these ones?
These are just coconut trees.
Just coconut trees, right.
Yeah.
I would say the architecture looks Javanese or something like that to me.
I'd agree with you just because of like the leveled
like terraced
rice
terraced.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, terraced rice plantations. They do a lot of that in Java.
Right. Okay, that's cool. So let's give that a go. I would say like maybe Central Eastern Java, something like that.
Anywhere in Java, I'd say, yeah.
Oh, even Bali. Okay.
Oh, Bali.
That makes sense as well. Okay, so not too bad there. 15k. We're on 2 country streak, but I think the botanical knowledge is more fun than actually getting the country right. Let's see.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, this just feels like Canada or US to me. I don't really know.
Dried.
Something.
Yeah, those are just dried out silver birches in the winter.
Right, so maybe like Manitoba or something like that. How does that feel to you?
That could make sense too, like northern Minnesota, like that kind of area as well. Like that kind of region.
I feel like this kind of coverage is just more common in Canada, so I'll stick with that. But yeah, it could easily be over the border as well, I guess. And yeah, nice of us.
Yeah, nice.
Very good. Okay, next one here.
Too.
Yeah, true. Well, pole almost feels like Chilean or something like that, which is interesting. I guess this can be like a Santiago landscape or something.
Yeah, around Santiago would make sense with these like mountains and whatnot.
Just trying to work out if it's actually a Brazilian pole or or a Chilean pole. It's kind of
I
hard to tell.
think it's a Chilean. I mean, like the pole are pretty similar, right? But the
Yeah.
landscape looks more Chilean because I don't think
Right.
you'd find anything like this in Brazil, right?
Right. I mean, there are certain Beatty regions, but I think the houses.
Yeah,
also
there's
fit
like
better.
one desert and like there in Brazil, but let's just. Oh yeah, whoa, that was.
Yeah,
that
just
was cool.
Santiago. When it has like that kind of temperate climate, it's quite dry as well.
Right,
Californian kind of climate or something. Okay, what are we looking at here?
It's
Fairly
more like
generic.
3 horses.
Yeah, exactly. Feels like Nordics to me.
I'd
Maybe
agree
Sweden
too.
or
Okay, wait, I have a question. Like,
Yeah.
You see that those like canister looking things?
Oh yeah,
on
like
poles?
the transformer
Are
thing.
they
Yeah.
are they only found in North American like common poles, or are they like you can see them in Europe too?
That's a good point. I mean, they're definitely more common in North America, but I think
Yeah, 'cause-
you can see them in Scandinavia at least sometimes. So yeah.
Sometimes, right? Yeah. Because someone told me like they taught me like a meta in New
Mhm.
Brunswick or something that I about with them, and I forgot what it was. But yeah.
Oh yeah, they face it a certain
Yeah.
direction in
Yeah,
New
yeah, exactly.
Brunswick
It's like-
and BC. Yeah.
like-
Yeah, it's like
Wait, I
faced
think
towards
in
the road.
yeah, I'd probably say because in the distance I see those the ones you were talking about, the Scotch pines or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
those are
Scots pines,
like
yeah.
Baltic and Northern Pole.
Yeah. But
So
to me,
where
you
do
can
we
see
go?
that fairly often in the Scandinavian countries as well. I feel
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
you
quite
can see
cold.
them in like a lot of Scandinavia and like very like till Moscow in Russia.
Right.
They have like a very large range.
Right. I
But
just think with the
this, I
wooden
guess-
poles, it should be like Sweden, maybe Finland,
Sweden,
something like
Finland.
that. Yeah.
Probably Sweden more likely than Finland, right?
Yeah, if it's a little hilly like this. I kind of want to go right on the Norwegian border. I could even see
Yeah,
Norway here. Let's see what it actually
let's try
is.
that.
Okay, nice.
Yo,
Very good.
yep, Sweden.
Very cool. Okay, next one here. Ooh, some kind of a crop? Is it rice again? Or is it something
That's
else?
rice, yeah, that is rice or jowar, which is unlikely, so it's probably rice, yeah.
Right.
There's like
What are you thinking here?
I'm kind of confused because at first I thought this was like in the northern hemisphere, but it isn't. By the crops and like those like I think that's a line of coconut trees, right?
Right, yeah, it
left-
looks like it. This one here, yeah.
Where would that be then? Because it looked very northern to me. Like I was like, is Europe? No, it's not Europe now.
Right. Oh, I do dare say this is somewhere in Southeast Asia, but I'm not sure which country myself. It's really my
It's
thought.
very flat, so don't want to say the Philippines. I think Cambodia or parts of Thailand. could
Yeah.
make-
Okay, yeah. I think Thailand would feel best out of those two. I think this is like Thailand, Philippines, or Indonesia for me.
Right. Yeah, kind of the same region for
Mm-hmm.
me as well.
And so I guess because it's quite flat, Thailand might fit the best. We can give that a go. I could even see Cambodia, like you
Right.
said.
We can try that. We can try Thailand.
Let's see it.
Yeah, Eastern Thailand, closer
Oh, it
to.
was
It was
this
the
one,
Philippines,
right.
the only non-flatter region of the Philippines.
Yeah,
Come
this
on.
is literally the flattest part. Wow, that's a really hard round. Okay, let's just continue on to the rest of the seed, I guess. Okay, we've got one more round. Let's check out what we got going on here. Okay. I'm looking for the cacti. I don't really see any, so that should help us
That's
out.
exactly what I was looking for
Yeah.
as you loaded the round.
So maybe a bit further south then, not Sonora or something like that. I would say it looks a bit further south anyway.
Yeah, 'cause at first like I was I don't know I didn't eliminate like southern Texas yet, but I don't know if, like,
Right. I mean, yeah, it's still
No,
possible.
it could-
It's still possible, yeah. I'm just looking at
That's
this
what
building. Okay, it's probably behind my webcam for those guys, but the building has like a flat roof. Would feel less. common
Oh
for the
right.
US.
Right. Yeah, that you probably wouldn't see that ever in US.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe like Zacatecas or Durango or something like that. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a desert, like, but and it has like rained before, like before the coverage.
Yeah.
So,
So it could even be further
It's
north. You
definitely
think?
yeah. So like Durango, I guess like near Torreno, whatever that city is called.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go for that. We'll see it here, and it was indeed New Mexico. Wow. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that round because the house felt very Mexican to me, so I was pretty sure it wasn't. Yeah. Look at this one. This is the one I was talking about, guys. I mean, I think it still feels quite Mexican to me, but must just be kind of like
Oh,
some
it's just an
older buildings.
abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Because I mean, yeah, it makes sense in New Mexico. It's because it's like the like a very poor state, and
Right.
yeah,
Interesting round there. But Drop, thank you so much for coming on the channel, for sharing some of your knowledge with us. We should definitely do it again.
Yeah.
If you want to make some more challenge maps like that for me again, I would definitely be
oh yeah,
keen to
definitely
play
for
them.
sure. I'd be down to, because we only covered like certain regions. We only had North South America. We had nothing in Europe, and I guess
true.
Australia. So we have a lot of
There's plenty
region
to
to
go.
cover.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, give the video a like if you want to see Drop come on again. Dude, thank you very much for coming and for sharing your knowledge with us. And yeah, we'll see you
thanks for
guys
having me.
in the next video. Thanks, Drop. Goodbye.